like I'm tired of the victim mentality. I'm tired of the white man is blamed for everything. I'm not black, but I watch from a very, very, very close up distance and I see the chaos. I see the anger and the rage, and there's no reason for it at this point. Black people are at the lowest of the totem pole of life. Even them people out there that kill people on the island that people visit, they're higher than black people and nobody even knows their name. They would hold more weight. Black people have no culture. Black people have no status. Black people's status think is murdering people and acting tough at work. Acting like a gangster in the employment industry. That's cool to them. That's great. Standing up for everything that's wrong. That's great. Maybe, I think I figured it out why black people act the way they do. Maybe the tighter the pants are, the less blood flow to the brain. So they act like they got no sense no more. Now, I've been working at the same job for 8 years, right? And I watched hundreds of black people come in and leave. Out of the 8 or 9 black people that stayed past 6 months, 2 of them remain. You know why they were fired? The other ones, they ran around thinking that their shit didn't stink. They thought that they was a boss. They tried to act like they was a boss. They tried to talk to the boss like the boss was an employee. And they ended up home. My confusion is, why can't you know your fucking place? You were hired to do a job. Shut up, go do your job, go home. Why is it so hard for black people to clock in at 6 o'clock, start working at 6 o'clock, leave at 8 o'clock, leave at 10 o'clock, and not have a day where they sitting there? You know how much energy it must take to talk about people all day long while you're at work? That means when you get home, you're thinking about these people. You're talking about these people. You're smoking about these people. I don't understand what the correlation is of ignorance, black people, and employment. Why is it so hard for this concept, all right? I need y'all to hear me. And, this may go long, this may go short. I'm just doing this. It's 5 a.m. in the morning. Why is it so hard for black people to clock into work at 4 a.m.? Click, click. Start working at 4:01. Click, click. Go to lunch. Come in. Not looking like you just smoked a pound of weed. Smelling like you smoked a pound of weed. Why is it so hard to shut the fuck up at work and not cause drama? Why is it always about race? Why is it always the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man, the white man? If you look at it, we live in a point where anybody can get rich right now. Anybody can make money. Everybody can make money. You can go on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, Instacart, Uber. You can get a job. You can get a stay-at-home job. You can become an independent contractor. But let's go into a workplace where we have no power and be ruckus. Focus our time at work on race and why there ain't no black people in management, why there ain't no black people in this. Because this is what happens when you become a weak, dominated, shitty race. That the only thing you stand up for is murderers and gangsters. And prove me wrong. Look at your workplace. You'll have 4 black people. One of those black people will be like a ghost. You won't see him. You won't hear him talk. You might talk to him. That's the one that's the great one. It's the other 3 that are in everybody's face. You see them talking on the corner, talking around the corner, talking down the hallway, all the gestures with the hands. So you see, they try to do this, they doing that, and it's like, dude, you make like the same amount of money as me. This is the part I don't get, right? Maybe somebody could explain this. If you have to get up and go to work every day, and without you going to work every day, you don't have money or bills or paid, right? I have to do the same thing. What makes you better than me? Are your bills higher than mine? So does that make you more of a priority? I thought my only priority was me being my first priority. Because without me, I can't pay my bills. I can't feed my family. I can't be a good father to my daughter. I can't be a good husband. But the problem is, when you go into work, a lot of black people think this is a gangster's paradise. I'm going to start selling bud. I'm going to start acting tough and gangster in there. Yet, the bosses are watching. The bosses are listening, but they won't say nothing because you know your place. See, it's like, look at the gangs, right? I got no beef with gangs. Do what you do. We all do what we got to do to survive. But at what part is doing what you got to do to survive being a POS in the workplace? At what, I want this to sink in. At what point of survival does a person wake up and say, I'm going to go in there and ruin everybody's day? I'm going to talk about people. You know how much energy it takes to constantly focus on other people? How much, you know how the weakness of being alone is loneliness and isolation. All right? Understand that. I go to work. I don't talk because I don't want to know none of these rat motherfuckers. I don't want to know none of them. I don't care where you get your alcohol at. I don't care how much Hennessy you drank last night. I don't want to see your hood pictures. I don't want to see your jail pictures. I don't want to see your eyes bloody red because you don't know how to use Visine. It's only $2.99 at your local CVS or a medical store. I don't care about none of that. I don't want to hear your music. When you pull in, I don't give a damn what you do. But when we clock in, all race, hood, and negative attributes should be pushed aside, and it should be professionalism. It should be good mornings and hellos and how you doing. Not look what he's wearing, look what she got. Look at their car. Look at how they work. I would, if I was a boss, I would take an employee who shows up 5 days a week, bust his ass, and fails, over an employee who's there 3 days a week and causes nothing but anguish, drama, and negative as hell. You tell me if I'm wrong. Anybody in this comment section that stops by, tell me I'm wrong. If you was a boss, let's say right now you sitting and you're watching the floor, and you got this employee who's, let's say he's 19, weighs about 100 pounds, wet with his clothes on, but that man shows up every day of the week. He works his 40 hours. He doesn't talk shit about people. He doesn't complain about people. He doesn't care about people. He goes home and that's it. That is the one they attack. That is the one that they make have a hard day. I watched it every day. And then when they tried to come at me, I barked back. It's, oh, you think you better than us. No, I just am not like you anymore. I stopped being like you when I was 15. See, it's like we all say people grow up, but age is just a number. The evolution is about the brain and the ripples that come across when you learn. And for some reason, black people in the workplace never learned you're not a boss, you're not a trainer, you're not a team leader, you're not a schedule maker. Shut the fuck up. I don't care about your political views, your race views. I don't care if there's all Jamaican management, Haitian management, Chinese management, black. I don't care. Why is it that they can't understand? A lot of people don't want to hear this shit at work. Most people come to work and they want to run out as soon as possible. The minute that clock out, they don't sit around and talk. They don't sit around and make fake conversation. They don't sit around trying to make you feel good about yourself by appeasing your nonsensical, irrelevant conversation about who got the best Timbs and why he ain't doing this and why she ain't doing that. Did people ever think, right? Right? Let me put this straight. We're gonna take a 5-second pause. I gotta light something. Did people ever think that the hood has done nothing good for the world. Nothing. Oh, it's produced basketball and rap stars. Okay, so it does two sets of skills in the world. But tell me how many hood guys, right, that walked into a job, acted tough, and you see them doing interviews. How many hood guys, how many dirtbags that spread rumors and harass people are sitting there talking about they just moved me up? No, they stuck there with you because they're no different than the other ones that left. All they do is cause drama, complain. They don't pick up the phones. They come in, they got the gangster walk, baggy jeans. Why are you coming in like this? You are a worker. You have an image to show. If you want to talk about why black people don't get along, it starts at the base. Rude. Brown skin and dark skin and light skin must hate each other. Young must hate old. Old must hate middle age. Middle age must hate elderly. Why is that? Let's think about it, right? Let's think about it, okay? I go into the workplace. I clock in at 3:17, well, 3:15 every morning, right? 3:15 every morning, I'm at work. So that means by 12 o'clock, I'm done for the day. I'm already home. Between 3:15 and 6 o'clock, I done seen dudes talk about dudes like they were crap 10 times and say hi to them. You ever walk up and you watching people talk and they get quiet? You walk down the hallway, they put their phone up because they don't want to be bothered. That's me when I see dumb motherfuckers. But you ever walk up and you see somebody say, yo, and they look their head up real quick? Like these people, everybody thinks nobody sees anything no more. And they proud of it. They proud to walk up to the job stinking like a pound of weed. They proud to show off all of that. Why aren't they proud to say, look, I ain't like that no more? You don't think these white folk watching? I don't give a damn if you black and you come into a workplace and you bad at your job. I don't care if you good at your job. I don't care if you the worst person. I don't care if you middle. I don't care if you high ranking. Avoid black people at work because they will bring you down. They will spread chaos, rumors, and anger. But in the beginning, it's not like that. In the beginning, it's, what's up? How you doing, man? And then little by little, you see the anger, the rage come out because you're not kissing up to them. You're not dealing with them. You're not going to lunch with them. You're not having a smoke break with them. You're not sitting back talking about the latest news and sports and racist quotes or whatever may or may not be perceived as racism. You don't care who a Democrat or who a Republican is. You don't care who's rapping and made and went platinum. You don't care about that. Work is a place of work. And if you find one person, keep them at arm's length, but keep them cool. I worked with a dude, right? He let people talk to him like he was dirt. And then they walk away and he tell them, yo, I hope they suck a big. And I'm looking like, yo, why don't you go tell them? Nah. What? So you allow people to talk to you any way they want. And you wait till they walk away and then you stand up for yourself to a person who could care less. I'm confused. Where did the men go and when does evolution start? Because we in a world right now where letting go of things you did when you were 15 is, for me working with black people is impossible. They gotta walk with their chest puffed out. They gotta talk little shit. Why? White folk just sitting over there talking amongst each other and just trying to get the day done. I see white people all day walking everywhere, through the floors, up and down the stairs, through the offices. They don't even bother nobody. They keep it to them. Black people, they gotta cause chaos and drama, because if you live in it, because if you love it, you bring it with you like a badge, and it's in you like DNA. In this, I walked away from the black race because of chaos. Why would I want to continue living a life where it produces nothing but chaos?